Alright. Let's see what happens then. I want you to point out that the fact that we did good for ourselves, because we're going to hopefully, I think we're going to get paid. I'm not sure. We're going to get paid for our mapping this area, and it's going to be worth a pretty penny, because we just did, here in 3, 2, 1, 100% of this area. That's 150 gold, my friend. So go to the magistrate. Let's do it here. 150 gold, indeed. Collect that money. Love it. To the tavern. Do I want to do anything here? The apothecary. There's nothing still going on with these individuals. Are fine. Return to port. We're going to go back to the docks. We don't have any repairs to do. However, we have money to buy incredible things. An acid-fueled mortar shell that damages crew in the area, stopping them from entering into the effect has passed. Area of effect lasts for a short duration. Crew in area of effect are damaged over time. No hull or section damage. So it's just moving or trying to kill the crew. Versus this one, which does what? Causes a single hull crack. So this will damage the hull no matter where it is. Still, having the crew move around. I don't know. I like blowing up ships. I kind of realized, I think it was Headwound was also telling me that if I didn't blow up a ship, if I took all the ship's people out, the actual sailors, took them out, leave the ship alone, technically you get more supplies. Right? At the end of it, there's more plunder, so to speak. But I don't care. I like ramming ships. I like sinking ships. That's who we are. That's this. Hakon! That's who you are. You're a sinker of ships. Heavy hull spikes. Well, what did I just get through saying? Let's grab it. Where do I put it? There? Oh, wait, I have to sell this first. Sell that one. Grab this one. Those are some wicked looking spikes, man. There's a winch there. Don't I already have a winch? Yes, I do. Is it better than this one? A winch. Hand-operated winch that pulls crew that's been knocked overboard. Nope, same type of winch. Not a better winch. Same winch. I'm going to go to the tavern and meet other winches. So, upgrading supplies. That's what I just did. That's this sort of thing. Shipwright, don't care. Return to port. So we explore Devil's Rock, and that's what we're supposed to do. Reach Devil's Rock and explore it. So let's see what's happening. The port town is ramshackle and sparse. Many houses lying empty. You find a sorry-looking trading shack, and the proprietor mutters directions to someone who apparently is capable of helping. As you approach your supposed destination, a pair of filthy street urchins lob a chunk of dull stone into a puddle next to you. The water steams for a split second before exploding, soaking your breeches. The children flee, shrieking with laughter, and you can't help but be impressed by their small demonstration. You arrive at a hut that stands apart from the others, with strange symbols painted over the door. This is the place. The door is yanked open by an older man with a beard oiled into multiple points at inconsistent angles. His face is a mess of many small scars, and one of his eyes is glass painted with a crude iris. You've seen some salty sea dogs in your time, but this guy takes the biscuit. Twice baked. He clearly isn't one of your formalities. So you come right out with it. You're in the business of hunting exotic sea fauna and need a tactical edge. You attempt to flatter him by explaining that Devil's Rock, recent infamy and his reputation led you here. He sets off on accounts of his glory days, spent fishing and exploring using Devil Rock. And they would steal nuggets of the dark rock in oiled spherical containers packed with sand. Then it was just a matter of finding a shoal and dropping it overboard, where, once deep enough, the pressure would force water in and set off the reaction. He mimes a huge vertical torrent of water. We considered it good luck, he winks, if a fish chunk landed on your head. You make a quick calculation about how much Devil Rock would be needed to surface something as big as a kraken, and quickly resolve it, and take out half of your ship at the same time. Hardly ideal. Did you ever experiment with launch methods, like firing it from a mortar? The man looks at you blankly for a second before a large smile creases up on his gnarled features. I like your style, he proclaims, but no, we never needed to. He rummages around in his pockets and produces a slingshot. Just joking. Small pebble. He places it on a platter atop the large chest, grabs a nearby candle, and passes the flame slowly back and forth over the stone. Instinctively, you flinch and make to cover your eyes, but he just grins again. Friction or heat do nothing. Only water. We'll need to do some tests, but thank you. Strike back. Obtain Devil Rock. Could aid you in fighting the Kraken. Go there and obtain... We have done that. So the man's eye has lit up. He is desperate to be part of the experiment and volunteers some supplies from the good old days. His only request is that he can accompany you for the test. You agree, but we'll have a lot of explaining to the crew to do before they're happy with you bringing a soluble, high explosive on board. Let's find a secluded spot for our little test. Just there, then. Slay a monster. Man the mortar. When it is ready to fire, aim at the area of C to launch the Devil Rock round. Alright. See what happens then. Okay. Your guest dances a little jig, ecstatic at the successful test. This might just work. Back to port. Collect more Devil Rock supplies. I wonder how much that's going to cost us per shot or something. En route, your guest saddles up to you. The amount of Devil Rock you plan to fire, you're not just after a few hauls or a trophy, are you? You hesitate, but figure the knowledge won't hurt him even if he does believe you. No, we hunt a Kraken, and it hunts us. After a pregnant pause, he replies, I've lived through many seasons, most of them spent at sea. I have seen things men would mock me to hear tell. Another lengthy pause. I believe you and I were a few score seasons younger. I'd join you to see for myself. As you adjust the wheel, your sleeve rides up, revealing the edge of your cult tattoos. He does a good job of pretending not to notice, and you sail the rest of the way into port in silence. The plot thickens. You mull over your next steps. You need a place to make a stand, as it were. Back in port, you make preparations for your departure. Balin is ebullient and helpful, carefully measuring and packing out enough Devil Rock to take care of a dozen Kraken. He shows you a sphere container wrapped in a large extra layer of oily bandage. This will help keep it safe in bad weather, but should slip off easily underwater. Be no fun if the damn things went off in your hands or hold, would it? He cackles. You have little time left before your crew has to ready themselves. How do you spend it? Well, oversee activity upon the ship, head back to the port and explore it. Let's see what's happening on my ship. You and your crew and ship, heavy with Devil Rock, are finally ready to depart. Balin is about to disembark as you stop him to ask a final favor. We need somewhere to corner the Kraken if we want things to hit. Head to Pullman's Cove, Balin replies, tapping his grizzled nose with a finger. Here, I'll mark it on your chart. It's a horseshoe bay with some deadly undercurrents. Many a whale and ship have run afoul of that little place. If you don't panic, you can ride a swell back out, but at the right tide. Not even a Kraken would be able to escape. Thank the Balin for his help. He nods solemnly as you do. I know this has something to do with that damned cult. You're clearly connected somehow, but I hardly think you're on the same side. That's your business. All I know is they're trouble, and they smell weird. Strike them in their little pet a blow, and make damn sure you come back and tell me how it went. I'll be back. So, let's see. Supplies, possible supplies right here. The water's lap against the frosty shore, swiftly turning a deep red from the walrus being carved and skinned by hunters. It's a stomach-churning sight, but you know by reputation the hunters are keen and honest traders, and they'll be desperate for something to eat other than walrus. You could trade them food for protective hides or trinkets and valuables for the dents. Huh. If we don't keep our bellies full, no amount of fur or skins will keep us alive. I kind of like that idea. A little bit of money for that. You know what? Let's do it. Honest traders, we got a little bit more supplies. Again, I'm trying to keep my morale higher this time. More supplies, possibly. Let's check it out. An island known to be uninhabited lies close by. At low tide, you know the rock pools will be rich with shellfish. You send out your best foragers, and a few hours later they return with heavy baskets of crabs, small fish, and willets. Good! I have over 100 supplies now. Right? We went through a period of want and need, and now we are satisfied. Also, I just noticed that the cult thingamajig is back. So I cannot lollygag. No lollygagging. Anything there? Let's just go up here. Check out this potential quest. In the face of adversity, a newfound resolve cements in the mind. We will triumph whatever the odds. Trait gain, bridges. What do you gain? Self-preservation, can heal themselves at a faster rate. Well, that is fantastic. Oh, there's a ship over there that I can bump up against, I guess. Maybe be able to loot. Some freak of natural selection and ship's conditions have bred a horde of huge ravenous rats that have grown bold enough to raid the supplies directly. You send a number of crew to thin the population. When they return, ashen-faced, they demand grog and refuse to talk about what transpired. Safe to say, the problem should be under control for now. We lose 30 supplies for that event. Lots of it to the rats, even more from the grog. You cite a collection of wooden debris and speculate that a ship must have been dashed against the nearby rocks. Your crew sift through the wreckage and are delighted to find some valuable materials in sealed containers. That is great. We're still not back up to 100 in supplies, but we don't really need to be either. A vessel bearing pirate insignias is fast closing down another ship. It doesn't seem like their prey has long left. Noticing you, the pirates signal for you to mind your own affairs and will be rewarded for it. Maintain distance and await the outcome. This is going to be required careful timing. Cut between both vessels at first. Available opportunity. We'll use our bulk to shield the smaller ship. I think that's what we're going to do again. Captain Hakon Longbeard is not one to turn a blind eye to those in suffer. So make for the vessel and crew that owe you their lives. The aggressor flees into the distance. The fires that have taken a hold of the ship burn uncontrollably. There is nothing for you to do. No survivors leap into the water. No loot can be salvaged. You retreat a safe distance from the ship and leave the flames to their work. So, despite the fact that we wanted to help, that ship, everything was just ruined. You are on course to pass within range of another vessel. As the distance closes, they raise flags, indicating they surrender. They must have assumed you were going to do them harm. You are, after all, outfitted for war. This is true. Message them back your intention. You are no pirate. One of these times, that has got to give me a positive effect, right? I would imagine. I guess I could just leave, but I'm doing all of these events. The lookout calls down. A lifeboat has been spotted. The crew look to you for the order. We have more pressing matters. Ignore it. Take a closer look. While there are no survivors, the lifeboat did contain a small store of supplies, which the crew bring on board. We're over 100 now, again. I think it's time for us to leave before the Kraken or whatever the hell shows up. Let's do the best we can to avoid it. 5 out of 5. We're leaving now. Formidable cult ship has been spotted in the distance and is hunting you. Too late. I'm leaving. So, the Great Founding Gate is currently where we are. I'm taking it. We don't know where this is currently. We can't go back. We can only go forward. So it'll go here and then there. I don't know. I've been going back and forth. Seems the closest there. And I might be good for taking on the Kraken pretty soon. Let's just go here and see what we can do. You managed to escape a cult ship by sailing into a new area. Beautiful. This area. They're going to be trying to track me here as well. We don't know how many events it takes, apparently, to pass through the upper gate. But once I pass by it, maybe things will be noticeable, or no. Oh, 0 of 5. Okay, it does tell you. 0 of 5 events have been done. I have a really good helmsman. They just steered right into those rocks and didn't hit a single one. Too good. one may say, overpowered. 24 of the honeys. Oh, there we go. Check this out. What is it? You spot a nearby ship, sails down, no sign of crew, with a small signal flag rippling in the breeze. Starving. It signals. The crew must be conserving their energy below decks, or they're already dead and any valuables on board are ripe for the taking. So board them, carry a number of supplies. If they live, we may yet save them. Investigate the surrounding area before boarding the ship. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna look around. As you survey the surrounding waters, you notice another ship lurking nearby. It looks highly suspicious and ready for battle. Time to spring an ambush of your own. We're ready for them. Yeah. This is not how we're gonna play this game. No. They're closing in on us. We're closing in on them. Alright, well, let's fire at will. I'm pretty sure somebody on this vessel has to be named Will. And if there is, we're gonna fire at him. Boom! There's a puncher. Puncture them! And we're gonna shoot those sails. It has to be done. It does have to be done. Who am I sniping? I'm gonna snipe the cannoneer. It seemed pretty painful. And fire again. Well over to the other side there. So you have to run all the way across. Fantastic. Go there. I am almost ready. My spikes are bigger than yours. I am almost ready for, let's go there. Come on, there. Who am I sniping? You. Ooh! Get lit, son. Also, is that fire? That's fire. It'll put itself out, right? Maybe? Or does fire put itself out? You know what? I don't think fire does put itself out. Do me a favor and go here and water that down. Why would I think that fire would put itself out? I happen to be a bit daft. Sometimes. Most of the time. Come on. There's that then. And I'm too close for that, so we're going to back away. And then we're going to ram it. Come on. Oh, it needs repairing. Madre de Dios. They totally ruined my efforts. Come on. Fix it faster. Go. There we go. We're bracing. Their ship is gone. That was such a heavy hit. It didn't even require all of that. Bye-bye. Beautiful. Before you go to collect the spoils of war, you check for the position of the original ship. You see it in the distance fleeing. They must have laid a trap, but when you turn the tables, they must have ran away. This is not bad. We're leaving combat. Put the fires out as we continue to look around. We've got one toothy out of 3 possible toothies. And to my knowledge, according to my compass, there's no way out to the south end of this whole thing. But I still want to get paid. Get paid for my cartography. There happens to be some survivors, possible survivors, right up here. Also, I don't know what that is. Looks like a cult vessel, I think. The lookout calls down. A lifeboat has been spotted. The crew look for you to the order. Let's take a closer look. Completely devoid of life. That's it. That's it then. Okay, moving in. Cult ship. A distant cult ship has been spotted. You lean both hands against the rail and stare at the vessel with unwinking concentration, watching as it maintains its divergent course. It looks like they haven't seen you. We can't risk them spotting us. This risk is too great. Attack and we can drink and sleep easy. That is what I want to do. Also, I can bring down one of these toothy bits down to one less toothy bit. So, let's do it. You dread to think what would happen if the cult vessel chose to flee. You'll let go of a sigh of relief as it wheels around to meet you. Your destiny is in your hands, at least. Battle stations. If there is anything about this video that you did indeed enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content such as this, and I'll see you again later. And if you're feeling super generous, please check out the Patreon site, where you can support me if you have the means, and know that I will be eternally grateful. Have a good day, have a good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Briarstone, signing out.